First and foremost, I want to welcome you to the show. We have a very special guest here tonight, YelloPain. He's a very important voice in this hip hop community, hip hop world that we have here in entertainment. He is live on Sports and Hip Hop with DJ Mad Max Radio, Live 365, iHeartRadio, YouTube. What's going on, YelloPain?
Oh no, it's popping.
How's your night going?
Man, it's going amazing. I can't complain. Chilling. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Throughout all this madness in the world, of course, with the pandemic still going on here, but you made a difference in a lot of people's lives of telling people to get out there and go vote, because we need people like you that are instilling in the youth. You got to go out there and do something. You can't sit there and just let everything pass you by, because if you don't speak up with your voice, things aren't going to change.
It's our voice. Yeah, for sure. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. But we got to get into your name, YelloPain. Of course, we know that yellow is the color of happiness and pain is what you go through. You put the two together, you got YelloPain.
Period. Yeah, it just basically means stay strong no matter what. That's all it's about.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. You started rapping, I believe, when you were 7 years old. Is that correct?
Yeah. You got the interview. You already got it.
Yeah.
No, I'm just playing with you. So, you know.
But it was your cousin, actually, because he was a rapper and you turned to him, you saw that he was getting women. You're like, I want to try this myself.
Exactly. That's exactly what happened.
Oh, man. No, but growing up, though, because I do know that you looked up to many rappers in the game, Nas, Papoose. Who were some of those other lyrical rappers that you were tapped in during that time, besides those two that I mentioned, as well as Rakim?
Word. Man, I was a student in the game. I really like a lot of the old school cats, but like in my era, when like probably when I was in my like teens, when I really got into like the lyrics and stuff, I was tuned into like Cassidy, Ludacris. Then I probably started listening to Meek Mill around like 17. But so yeah, I kind of moved with the times. I started off like with the people you were saying, like Nas, Rakim, Papoose, and then as the times moved, I just kind of stayed tuned with the lyrical rappers with the times.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel as though that there's something that infiltrated the system in the entertainment industry? Because if you look at the Ludacris commercial that was just on recently, it was a Jif peanut butter commercial. I don't know if you saw it. But it turned Ludacris into a mumble rapper. And it got me thinking, because I'm someone that respects the lyrics and I respect what you do, because you have a message in your music. A lot of the people today, I don't know what they're doing, but it's all about party tracks all the time. And we have, once you're a boom bap, true school New York hip hop head, you're always going to side with the people that like the lyrics. But I'm someone that can see both sides of it, but I usually side with the people with the lyrics, and you have the message. Do you think that there is obviously this thing in the industry? It could be a white person that got in the industry and wanted to dumb down hip hop, because hip hop was all about that message.
That stuff get tricky. You know what I'm saying? Because from the inception of hip hop to now, there's always been party rappers and there's always been conscious rappers. Even in today's time, there's a ton of party rappers, but then you still got your Kendricks, your J. Cole's, and your Joyners and your YelloPains. We still exist. You know what I'm saying? We still around. So I don't think it's too much gone. You know what I mean? I think it's a nice mixture.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I think there are some poets out there, because that's what you are as a poet. You actually write down something that you go through. This is what we have, YelloPain, and you're actually a reflection. If we think back of YelloPain, Friday is the movie that is basically the soundtrack of your life, if you think about it.
Yeah, exactly. I like to message Friday, because like I try to tell people, Friday in the movie, like it was extreme poverty situations. You had dope fiends. You had people shooting. Robberies. You know what I'm saying? Dude came. It was an extreme poverty situation. But when we watch the movie, we don't look for that type of. We don't look for the sadness in it. We look for happiness, to laugh. You know what I mean? And you find joy in something that's representing actually hardship. And that's kind of like what my music is. What I embody is hardship or difficult times. But when people look to it, they see yellow hair. They see a bright smile, and they see a happy man. So that's what it's all about.
That is what it's all about. Now, get into the whole politics thing, because I know that how you got involved with politics. It was, I believe, a relative of yours was running for Congress, and that's how you got involved with getting involved with politics. Has there been any figureheads of the 90s that have reached out to you, such as KRS-One, Chuck D, because you are leading the figurehead of this movement and saying, you know, it's time to take it back to the days of Rebel Without a Pause, 911 is a joke? Did they
Um,
reach out to you what you're doing with your movement?
I mean, it's been a lot of congratulations, you know what I'm saying, or more so like people commending me, you know what I'm saying. I was when I first, you know, the song first started blowing up, I was on a panel with LL Cool J and
I did
Fab.
see that. I did see that actually.
Yeah, so and I got a lot of congratulations and from you know DMs from a lot of different people. So it's been a lot of you know people just telling me like, man, I like what you're doing. So I was happy about that.
Mhm. Now, then there's this thin line that we have here because now everyone's going to know you for the politics thing. How do you cross over into the point where people can recognize you? Oh, he does politics and he's got his own thing on the side. Because if we look at an artist like Logic, you look at Logic, everyone's going to look at him for the thing that he did with suicide prevention. But
Yeah.
people don't really look to the other side as much because of the mainstream stuff that he did. Logic could really rap.
Yeah, even when you talk about somebody like Logic and you say people don't look, we gotta assess like who is people. And then same with me, like Logic has a large fan base, you know, a consistent following. You know, I got millions of views on songs that
That's
have
right.
nothing to do with. So I think what it is just to be consistent, stay doing what I'm doing, and I believe in God. I believe in and obviously consistency and execution. And I think in due time, people understand that you know that was that was a moment. And obviously I'm gonna always message that because I was very passionate about the subject matter. But you know, just stay tuned. You know what I mean?
I do got to ask you this, and getting back to the people that reached out to you, did LeBron reach out to you?
Not personally, but his organization. They ended up using my vote don't count as the official theme song to their voting campaign.
That's big
Yep.
time.
That was super
Yeah.
dope. He posted a snippet of the video on the story, so that was amazing. Especially being from Ohio, you know what I'm saying, born and
Yeah.
raised. Just somebody like that is like a staple, you know, where I'm from. So that was just amazing to see that.
That's something that's important that because I've heard he embraces a lot of artists from Ohio, and I figured that he did embrace you during the time when the song was blowing up. But you got your own songs that you're working on right now, the upcoming
Yeah.
project I'm sure that you're working on. We'll get into all that. But there's just some things that I want to touch on with politics with you because I think there's some important things that we do have to address in this interview because it's important, you know, to speak out about things. And I
Sure.
think that this could get hairy if you think of it. How come is it that when you bring up in a room when we're talking about racism and it's in a room full of white people, mostly racist white people, and it's pertaining to racism, and they say, you're always got to bring up the politics. How come you think that politics and racism become intertwined in conversations like George Floyd? Because that has nothing to do with politics. It's strictly racism, in my opinion.
Racist. See, those are like different things. So you say George Floyd, and then you say racism, and you say politics. I think that's definitely separate. When you talk about politics, it's kind of difficult because like when we look at just the condition of you know Black America, there is a lot of delusional, and I don't mean to say it that way, but there's a lot of delusional white Americans because they don't live that same reality that we live, and you know, and it's this kind of this thought processes of like, all right, we were poor too, and and since we were poor and we had to do what we had to do to get where we are and we're there, there's no excuse for Black people. And it's so I think that's such a horrible mindset because when you have situations like George Floyd, you see that, you know, yes, we do start from poverty, but there's a lot of targeting. There's a lot of, you know, as far as jobs, people might deny you because of your skin color, police brutality, and just being in certain neighborhoods where it's not a lot of opportunity. You kind of see it's a clear difference, and a lot of people who come from, you know, struggling situations that are Caucasian or other races, they don't necessarily want to accept that they have some form of privilege, even if they don't come from, you know, great beginnings.
Mm-hmm. I think that was a great point that you made there, especially with the job things that certain people get denied jobs. With the job application process, when you go to apply for a job or anything that you're applying for in life, do you agree that when you go on these job applications and you see that you have to choose what race and ethnicity you are, do you agree with that?
I do think that's a little weird. I mean, maybe you might want to know who you interviewing, but I guess it's really not necessarily a point to that. I can't imagine what that has to do with somebody getting
exactly.
exactly. Yeah.
It's crazy. It's just unbelievable. We bring that point up there. It's insane. But you know, you've done a lot with the Kamala Harris and Biden campaign. How was your experience with that?
Really, the only involvement I had in that campaign was more so performing at a
Performance.
yeah, it was like Obama was there and a couple other celebrities, and my message was more so just vote. I didn't really have too much of a stance in which direction, and I still don't really like to express my political views to that capacity. My main message is, hey, learn your candidates, learn the people that are running, and make a decision for yourself. But whatever you do, make a decision because our futures depend on it.
Mm-hmm. I think that's important because you hear a lot of people, some of these celebrities such as Kaepernick, and which is crazy to me. When Kaepernick was like, "Oh, sit at home, sit on your vote," because you gotta take it like this. In my opinion, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. You have to vote for the lesser of two evils. That's all there is to it.
Even aside from that, it's like I said this in a lot of interviews. Like, regardless if you go or not, there are people who want specific changes. They want specific things. When I say people, I'm not talking about like government or Illuminati or some imaginary people. I'm talking about regular people in your community, or if not in your community, the surrounding communities. There's everyday people who show up every election and they vote for the things that they want. And you know, they say the people who vote more have more. And you look in the communities that have higher voter turnouts, they have you know, things in their favor. And then we decide not to vote because things are so bad. And then it's like things are so bad because we don't vote. And we have like power in our hands. So that's why I say, listen, there's somebody's going to vote. So would you rather them make the decision for you, or you at least have a say in it?
Yeah. It's important to go out and vote. Your voice. It's important for everyone's voice to needs to be heard, but it depends on what you're voting for at the same time, because you could be either voting to help people or you're voting to destroy the
that's
universe
why
here.
like one of the ways that I was able to get a lot of people to vote with the song, but even aside from the song, it's telling people like, what's some change you want to see? That's what got me into it. My cousin hit me with that, like, what's something you want to see? You know, and a lot of things we don't even really know that there's actually a bill or a law that can be passed for the things that we, you know, truly need, even down to marijuana, you know, like legalizing, like there's so many different things that can be passed, and we just, you know, we just think that it's unfair, but it's, you know, to an extent, it's kind of fair sometimes. We just don't show up, and it's bad.
If you've been watching the news recently, are you someone that stays close to the news
Um,
nowadays?
I watch it when I'm in the gym. I'm in the gym. It's to an extent, but I try not to consume too much television.
Yeah, because I was just going to lead me on my next question. If you're watching the media, we just got, you know, who out of office, and it's all of a sudden Biden's public enemy number one. I'm starting to see the bumper sticker. Saw a bumper sticker when I left my local DMV today saying "Bite me, Biden." Now, do you think that Trump could be reelected here in 2024? That's the scary thought, because the media is turning things. They want those ratings back, and it's a scary thought.
I don't know. I don't really know if Trump could get reelected, but I could see a potential of Biden. not being able to make 8 years. But I don't think I could see Trump getting reelected. It's just too much. You know, I think there is a portion of America who has voted, who did vote for Biden, who might have been voting against Trump, and they're not liking the result of voting for Biden. But I don't think that they want to run back to Trump. I think they just want to run to nothing.
No, we can't run back to him. Oh, it's. I think the world would have ended if we. I think there would have been a civil war.
Yeah,
I really do. It's. Well, I want to get back to your music.
Yeah, we can talk. We here though.
Yeah, I want to get back to your music though, because someone that you want to work with, that's a top goal for you, is Meek Mill. That's your number one rapper.
Rapper, yeah, for sure. Yeah, Meek, man, like when I first started tuning into Meek, I think what was so cool about Meek that I didn't really see in the industry is that, like, I was a little confused as to how he was famous when I first heard him, because everybody had a thing, you know what I'm saying? Every artist had a thing, whether it was an ad-lib or a certain, you know what I'm saying, type of look or something that just made them, you know, so interesting, you know what I'm saying, that got them in a thing in the game. But Meek, he was just more so famous for just being Meek, you know what I'm saying? Like being a regular dude that was just, you know what I'm saying, talking about the struggle, talking about what he went through. And I think I like that aspect of it. And even to this day when I listen, you know, it's so relatable because there's no gimmick in it, you know what I mean? So that's somebody I want to work with, somebody I believe, you know, when I listen to the music, I believe it. And I will one day. I know it's gonna happen.
Oh, 100%. We got to put that out in the air right now. It's going to happen. That collaboration, YelloPain, Meek Mill, Dream Chasers. We got to put that in the air, man. But what was your go-to Meek Mill album growing up? Was it Dream Chasers?
3.
It was Dream
Yeah.
Chasers 3?
Yeah, that was the one. Yeah. When Dream 3 came out, I think that's when I really got locked in, like with the little Snoop song. I felt it, you know, I done lost people too, you know what I'm saying? And I connected to that one. And really that whole album for real. But you know, I like more than just that project, but I think
Dreams
that
and
was
Nightmares?
yeah, of course that song, you know, like that's like a for just anybody chasing something, you know what I'm saying? But that specific project, Dream Chasers 3, that was the one. That was the one that, like, oh yeah, it's my favorite rapper.
Championships? How are you feeling about that one?
Yeah, I was happy, to be honest, man. Like that, you know, it's like when you're rooting for a sports team, when you see your team losing, you know what I'm saying? Like after the whole Drake thing, I was just ready to see, like I know he gonna come back on top. So, you know, it's like, you know, rooting for your team. I was waiting to see it. And then I think championships was that one where it's like, all right, he back. Y'all could chill out now. You know what I'm saying? Leave my mans alone. Yeah.
Meek Mill, that collaboration's got to happen. We got to get you on an amen type of flow, Meek Mill.
Yeah, I don't know what type we might have to lock in and do a few just to see which one hit the hardest, but that definitely gotta happen.
Double MG. Those were the good old days, 100%. But I'm sure Meek is probably going to be releasing something soon. It's been a while since I think he just dropped a new single.
He been dropping.
Yeah.
Yep. It's funny because I follow it for like sports, like we talking about football or something, but it's hip hop. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, hip hop is the greatest. It's the greatest genre, and isn't it crazy if you look back, because it's something that, you know, was built off of kind of what we talk about with that real hip hop and that lyrics. It comes from pain and soul.
Yeah.
And you look at the 90s, you would think in the 90s, because they call that the golden era, that hip hop would have been the number one genre. It didn't become the number one genre until 3 years ago.
Yeah, it had to go global too, you know what I'm saying? And I think just it just like people started to incorporate it into other genres, which introduced people who might not have listened to hip hop into hip hop. You know what I mean? Like once hip hop mashed with, you know, rock and roll, and it started mashing with country, I think the rest of the world started to want to hear hip hop.
And by the way, Nelly was the first one to really do the country hip hop with Tim McGraw. Everyone thinks it's Lil Nas X.
Now I think a lot of people know it's not Lil Nas X though. That's been done a couple of times. I think I don't even think that was fully country. You know what I'm saying? I think it was country themed, but you know, that was dope though. I thought that was super dope when it came
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, Nelly's another one. I feel as though he doesn't get enough credit.
Yeah,
He's a central figure of that early 2000s hip hop.
yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, you gotta show Melly love.
Yeah, but your era is among us right now, and it's only a matter of time that you blow up. You got the publicity in the press, the songs are out there. It's only a matter of time, man, before you really take off with a project here. And another
Yeah,
person you got to work with,
yeah.
Trippy Red. He was in your DMs.
Yeah, yeah, I gotta work with Jiggy Red just off the respect. You know what I'm saying? I was at a low point around 2017, and I was dropping videos back to back like every week. He DM'd me and said, you know, he's like, "What's your number?" And I gave him my number. He FaceTimed me. He was just telling me like, "Bro, I went through your page. You dope. I can feel the passion." You know, it was just like a keep going. You know what I mean? But shortly after that, I went viral like 5 times back to back. It was just that inspiration. Like, you know, sometimes you don't know if nobody watching you. And then somebody, you know, hit you up and it just give you that little push. That's why I try to respond to a lot of rappers or a lot of fans that DM me, just remembering that, like, oh yeah, you know, you never know what you say to somebody, it might change their life.
You're
So I
right.
definitely, bro.
I'm still here because I didn't give up.
Amen.
That's the main thing. Now, how many years did it take you to go on and on until you were to achieve the success of going viral and finally getting that attention that you deserve? Because you put a artist. I don't think people really understand what rappers go through. Drake didn't just blow up overnight. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Exactly. I've been putting out, you know, I've been rapping, like you said in the beginning of this interview, I've
Since
been
you were
rapping.
7.
Yeah, I've been putting out videos since I was 13. I done went through 3 rap names. So even if you go to the very beginning of YelloPain, which was probably like 2014, 2015, you still ain't even go to the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I'm not gonna release that other rap name. I gotta get some videos off the internet. But but yeah, you know, it's been a long journey. I've been chasing it, and I come from Dayton, Ohio. It's a city with no hip hop success, no background success in hip hop. So you know, I was kind of just creating a path out of nothing. You know what I mean? And but we here now.
Yeah, 100%. And you got to look back at No Excuse.
Yeah, yeah, no excuse. That's what it is. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Even back then, I hadn't been viral yet when I made my album No Excuse, but it was more so like my own. I got to decline. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's all good.
Now I got a call. I'm sorry. But yeah, I was shooting my own music videos. I was engineering myself, and I think that was just my message at the time. Like, there's no excuse.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
I keep getting this the call, but I meant to put it on Do Not Disturb. But yeah, I was shooting my own music videos. I was uh, audio engineering, doing my own graphics. I was doing like everything that a hip hop artist would need from somebody. I was doing it myself, and I just felt passionate. Like, all right, there's no excuse. Like I'm doing all this. I, you know, started with $0, and I'm even making money off of these different services of stuff that I had to do for myself. So I wanted to push that message, and even to this day, though that's not the project I'm pushing right now, it's still the motto, like no excuse. It's not one.
No. And you can't make one, and that's what you do. You're grinding out here, and then you're working your way up to the top, and that's what you got to do.
Period.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and just keep going with it every day because like I said, I don't think people realize the hard work that artists put in. I think they think that, oh, here comes one song, but that one song is probably a thousand. It's probably a thousand songs at that point.
Exactly. Exactly. Like your 300 song be, you know what I'm saying, your first song to people. Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Mhm. Something that I admire about you, and I think that's why you're on the path to success too, is that you're creating your own brand and your own image. Yellow is the new black. That EP
Yeah.
that you just
Yeah.
dropped. That's you. That's you're saying, I'm here. Yellow is
Yeah,
the new black. I'm here.
exactly. That was me establishing myself, you know what I'm saying? In the midst of everything going on with like the voting and stuff in November. It was really like you know, like I'm here, you see what's going on, but just I want y'all to know like what I stand for, and that, you know, that aside from that, like I'm a hard worker. Like listen to listen to what I came, what I came from and where I'm at now. And that's always been a message, you know what I'm saying? For the most part, I always try to message hard work, even like how you said, no excuse. That was 2015, and even to Yellow is the New Black, and to what I'm, gonna be putting out pretty soon. It's always been the same message, like, work hard, and that it can happen.
Mm-hmm. Like Benny said on Burden of Proof, last year was about branding. This one's about expanding.
Oh, that's hard.
Yeah. That's what you're doing, man. Yeah, you're setting the goals.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know COVID has limited some performances, but do you have anything lined up for this year at all?
Right now, I'm more so just trying to lock into the videos, man. I'm gonna definitely be. I'm gonna do probably a show for like a album release performance or whatever, and then I'll probably really lock in on tours next year. Right now, I got some crazy concepts, some crazy music videos, ideas that I can't wait to share with the world, that I just know already, just because of that God put the subject matters on my heart, and just the fact that it's just creative, and I just feel it, that I know it's gonna kind of explode a lot, and just with that, I really want to make sure everything is perfect. You know what I mean? So I'm just really focused on the music and the videos right now.
Mm-hmm. I know you're going to be having them coming out soon, but we got to get into your latest one, Hold My Faith and Praying for Love too. We got to get into those, because the music video, that was crazy. That one, you had a lot of revenge in that video.
I think after the voting and everything, I think I got a lot closer to God. I think I started to make more money than I ever made in my life around the voting area. And I think I started to lose myself a little bit mentally and emotionally. I had a lot of rage and anger and arrogance, and I just didn't like what I was seeing. So I started to make a few songs just really messaging, just like my journey getting closer to God. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now, what would be some advice that you would give to artists in following God? Because it's rare to see artists praise God. You never hear that.
Yeah. To give somebody advice, and one thing I like to tell people is something that I was afraid of. Not afraid of, but I thought I would be bored out of my mind by it, is like reading the Bible. Because when you think about the Bible, especially when you're younger, you just automatically think like thou, shall, he, they, those real like pre-words. But as you get older and you start to read into it, especially the book of Proverbs, which is my favorite book in the Bible, it's a lot of very, very practical like laws just for life. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just, stuff about working hard and not sleeping. It's even things just like, I think it was Proverbs 13:3 and Proverbs 29:11. Those are just like scriptures to tell people to just like hold your tongue, like not to speak as much as, you know what I mean, like to not be a fool by over talking and raging your anger. It says that fools vent their anger, and a wise person quietly holds it back. So that's something that's very simple, something you can adapt into your everyday life. Is just don't vent your anger. You get mad and you want to go to social media, you want to go call somebody on the phone, and bro, such and such just happened. Like, quietly hold it back, internalize that, and just simple principles like that. I think just the Bible really. So anybody that want to get closer to God, I say start with the book of Proverbs. It's very simple and practical, and it give you some basic necessities for life, basic principles. Mm-hmm.
Now, are you signed with someone currently right now? Or are you independent fully?
No, I'm independent right now.
Independent?
Yeah, I got management, but I'm not signed to it.
You're not signed. That's good. Has there been deals that have come across already?
Yeah.
I'm sure there were. Yeah.
Even still. Yeah.
Yeah. You think you're better off just staying independent as of right now? Because I feel as though every artist I talk to nowadays, they feel as though you got to really have that bag for me. And it's got to be a legit deal. You can't give me something where you take my publishing away and I have nothing in 10, 20 years.
Yeah, I think the type of deal, I think that's major. And then also, it's just, you got to be careful when you have a mission like the one I do, you know, when you're really trying to shake the world, you know what I mean? You just don't want to get stopped in the process of that. When you're really trying to, you know, put certain messages out and somebody just bashing you in the ear with, we need a club song, we need a club song. It's like, listen, this is on my heart. This is what I want to put out right now. You know, my spirit is telling me to put this. I just can't afford for somebody to start to control and re-message my whole mind. Like I'm not just a rapper, you know, and I'm not saying like I'm not a rapper, I'm an artist. I'm saying like I'm not just a rapper, I'm like a motivational speaker, I'm a brother, I'm a son, you know what I mean? I'm a friend, you know what I mean? Like I'm a community activist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you bring up the points of that you rap about what you're feeling. We've brought this up before, and the people that are in your ear, we want the party record, we want the party record. And we've always had the party records. You made that point in the beginning, 100%. And I agree with that. We've always had the party records in the 90s, the 80s. But when across the full board have we just, it's just party time 24/7? Because don't you want to have time throughout the day that you just want to reflect on what's going on in your life, what's going on around you? Because life isn't always a party. It's
Exactly.
not.
And then the thing is, it's like, you want to, like, you don't have to get everything from everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, some artists you can, they are very broad and you can get a lot of things, but you still would never get Taylor Swift from Meek Mill. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just won't get it from that artist. So it's like, when you try to push something on somebody, it's kind of bad because you're taking them. Don't get me wrong. It's good to be versatile,
100%.
but you definitely don't want to just lose yourself trying to chase a trend or chase what's popular. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Oh, you got that right, man. 100%. If you were to go on a versus with someone right now with your discography, who do you think you would be best matched up against?
A versus?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'm ready for a versus.
You not ready
yet.
for a versus?
I mean, like, you know, as far as like, you know, if you was to go into a versus basing it off of, you know, the quality or how good your music sound or good music.
Yeah, it doesn't have to big. I'm not telling you, oh, you got to go up against Nas. No, like someone that you feel as though that you know personally in your life, or just any artist you think that you would be a good matchup based on your music content.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. You
You
know what
wouldn't
I'm
do
saying?
it?
Like, if it was like a lyric battle, like if I did a rap battle or something, I'd go against anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
My hits against somebody else and say I don't even got a strong enough discography for that. But I mean, my music, I'm confident in it. But we gotta get some platinum joints first.
You gotta get some platinum, and that's gonna be coming soon. Are you gonna be linking with some major producers in the game for those platinum records?
Yeah, most definitely. My new EP that I'm releasing very soon is executive produced by Mannie Fresh. So, you know, that's like, that's hip hop legend, and we got some crazy joints together, like some crazy joints. So y'all gotta be in for that.
Congratulations on that. And how was it working with him in the studio? Because that is a hip hop legend, as you just referenced.
Man, I think the most astounding thing with working with Mannie Fresh is that you don't really know how musical Mannie Fresh is. Like, when you well, I'm not gonna say you don't, in a sense of everybody, because people in the industry know he got a lot of different, hands in different places. But just, growing up hip hop, you just know the Cash Money records, and you just automatically assume like, oh, okay, it's gonna be like some, boom bap or whatever. But he's a legend, so let's rock with it. But nah, he's so tuned in, even just for listening purposes. He just be just jamming out to R&B, and he keep guitarists and pianists around, and he's just so musical. So that was super dope. That was like one of the most musical experiences I ever been a part of, is sitting in a studio with Mannie Fresh. So that was dope.
Huge. That's huge for your career too. Congratulations on that. You got some big things on the way. You've worked with a few R&B artists. Seven, she did the record with you, of course. Who's an OG R&B singer that you would love to have on a track?
OG R&B singer. I don't know. When you say OG, I think like Mary J. Blige.
Yeah, I was gonna give you 90s. Yeah,
crazy joy with Mary J. Blige. she did a lot of music with a lot of hip hop artists, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like she just bring like that authentic, you know, like that hip hop where you just really going in. She bring them tracks to life. So I love to do a track with Mary J for sure. That'd be crazy.
You could go on and on with those tracks. Lil Kim.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, on and on and on and on. But yeah, that's major though. Mary J. Blige.
Yeah, I do a Mary J joint for sure. I'll do that in a heartbeat.
Crazy. Yeah. Now for the newer wave, because we know Trippie Redd, Meek Mill, but who's someone that's new and emerging that may be in your class growing up here? Who's someone that you're looking at that, man, I think we worked good together in the studio?
One thing I think a lot of people gonna learn about me, probably not super soon, but definitely as I get more cemented into the game, is that like even though I have a lot of heavy messages in my hip hop, I'm really like multi-genre, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not really a big R&B fan like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm more so, which, you know, like I love black music, but just like when I'm just, you know, vibing out, I like to listen to like a lot of pop and country. So Florida Georgia Line is, you know, they're not necessarily just emerging, like they've been cemented, but I want to work with them. Taylor Swift, that's my dream feature. And yeah, and I know that's gonna happen one day because I done prayed about it. Like, yeah, so that's my dream feature. And really, I like a lot of the new pop singers too, like Olivia Rodrigo. I remixed one of her joints. I thought it was super catchy. She just got a VMA the other night.
Last night.
Yeah, yep. So that was dope. So yeah, you know, I'm gonna be jumping around genres. So y'all gonna see that.
That's good for you, man. That's major because not everyone dies out outside their genres. And Taylor Swift, you bring up Taylor Swift,
Yeah.
and you know she's known for some hip hop controversy, being tangled in there with the whole Kanye thing.
Yeah,
But
yeah. She don't really do a lot of rapper features either. I think she did it.
She did one with Kendrick.
Yeah, Kendrick, and she did one with B.O.B. like way back in the G. But she don't really do a lot of hip hop features. So that'd be dope to even just see. And then I think the way I would come, you know, I would attack a track with Taylor. I think it'd just be a whole different vibe. It'll happen though.
Yeah, it's gotta happen. You know, you're working towards this. You see what you've achieved already, going viral 5 times, getting noticed by all these people. I don't think you would have, you know, if you look back at 2015 on that album, you wouldn't even imagine what you're doing right now.
Yeah, it's like you dream about it and you know that you won't stop unless it happens. But especially as time passed, years passed, like I thought I was gonna be, you know, when you're a kid, you life don't hit you enough for you to lose how delusional. So I was like 7 years old and I was hearing Bow Wow say, "I'm the flyest dude walking around junior high school." And I'm thinking like when I'm in junior high school, I'm gonna be like biggest Bow Wow, and then junior high school pass, and then high school pass, and then you do some college and that pass, and you like, yo, I might really not make it. You know what I'm saying? And then that delusional, like imaginary, like I'm gonna be big, you know, it start to fade. But I think that also kick you into gear, like, now I gotta go harder. So yeah, that's that.
Yeah, and it's key just to keep going harder each day, and you got it from here, man. And I look at your music videos. You thought about getting in the movies at all? And I'm talking, you don't even got to be an actor because you got a personality 100%. But I think what you do behind the camera, because I feel as though you do orchestrate these music videos. Am I correct? So I feel as though you can get into directing.
Yeah, I definitely would do that. Like every video feel like a movie. You know what I'm saying?
It does.
Like even the scripts and stuff, it's like I really type them out and put pictures with it and stuff. Like it's a movie, like a movie script. So I would love to do that. And I'm sure I will. It's just, you know, a movie, that's like something you really got to put a lot of time into and a lot of energy. So I will definitely do that one day for sure. It's not even like I might, like I will definitely, like, definitely get into movies one day. I have a love for
it. Yeah, I can tell based on the music videos, it's quality content. It's not just something put together on an iPhone. You take your time with it, and you know that's how you got to be in this day and age. And you know, I see you doing something like what Ice Cube did, Boys in the Hood and Friday, and going to his lane with movies. You know,
exactly. Yeah, I'm with it.
That's classic though, man. But I'm sure that you have an apparel line lined up for Yellow is the New Black, because I feel as though that should be your tagline.
Yellow is the new black. I love that. I didn't think about putting it as an apparel line. I mean, we got the merch, you know, the shirts that say yellow is the new black. But that's crazy. I like that. I
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's good. That would be crazy if it comes out too, because your fans will go nuts.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
And how does it
Yellow.
feel to have 100 of fans? And even because they don't even got to be on social media, these are people that can just go on YouTube and watch your video, especially in the younger audience. How does it feel to have all these millions of viewers and fans that support you, man?
Man, it's unbelievable. And I think the more like, because you envision this stuff, you know, like you see it and you witness it, you witness other artists get it, and you even stand outside and watch other people take pictures and sign autographs, and you like, dang, one day that'll be me. And you start thinking about how you will react or what you gonna say to the kids. You know what I mean? Like you just start practicing and like stay in school. You know what I mean? Like this is way before it happened. So when it actually happened, it hits so different every single time. And at times, sometimes I be having to wear my do-rag because people get long-winded when I be just trying to grocery shop. So I do see like some of the like, it could get you know, I could see how celebrities, you know, I used to be like, how could you ever get tired of fans running up to you and wanting pictures? And I'm like, oh, okay, I do see, you know, it's like I got
Oh,
a house, like I put something in the oven, like, you know what I mean? But nah, man, I love it, bro. It's unbelievable.
yeah.
For sure.
That it's a crazy experience, but
Yeah,
you know,
I'm blessed to be on the other side of it for sure.
yeah, 100%, man. And is there anything else you would love to tell the audience here tonight, man? Anything else you got coming up? Man, you got the new project, Mannie Fresh, you just announced. That's huge. Congratulations on that. You got the visuals out now. The newest singles we covered. We covered everything pretty much.
Yeah, man, like, bro, like really, I want y'all to tune in to the EP with Mannie Fresh. It's called Me and My Team Going Back and Forth Between Image and Images. We like this with it, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna settle with Images. Executive produced by Mannie Fresh. That's gonna be out very, very soon. So make sure y'all tune in. We got a lot of crazy concepts, amazing videos. Y'all just gotta listen. I'm telling you. And I don't even like to hype stuff up, but I really got some dope concepts coming out. So, man, anybody that's a fan or not a fan is just tuning in to my man. You know, y'all in for a treat. YelloPain.
100%, man. And I want to thank you for coming on the show and everything that you're doing out here, because we need your voice for the good. There's too many Candace Owens, and we don't need that. We don't need that right now.
Yeah,
and we need more rappers speaking out in their lyrics and not being afraid. We need the Public Enemy rap back, and that's you, YelloPain. You carry on the tradition of important hip hop, what messages in which KRS-One spread back in the day. We need that, and you're doing that to the fullest with your music and carrying on the tradition and showing the way to the youth, and hopefully they follow in your path.
appreciate it. Yeah, most definitely. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. You know, we want to be stars and we want love and support. But once you get past like a kid and you grow up, you realize like, you know, it's responsibility that come with being a celebrity. And it's like, what are you doing this for? You know what I'm saying? What's your purpose? To just look good? You know what I mean? Like I flexed on my, you know, my high school friends, you know, the first time I went viral. You know what I'm saying? That's like flex right there too.
Now, do you regret it? Do you regret that? Because there have been times with what I've done in college radio, I felt like, yeah, where are you now? I was the kid in the corner, and now you're the kid in the corner. How did that feel now?
No, I'm not gonna lie. You know, that's a great feeling, but you can't. You get caught in that. You know what I'm saying? Because you'll always be trying to prove to people, because it's always gonna be somebody saying something like, "Oh, he fell off." Oh,
100%.
biggest moment. You know what I'm saying? Or even once you as big, you know, you got people that still discredit Drake, like, oh, he not black enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, and look how many accolades he has. So you can't just be, your mind can't, you have to have a bigger reason for why you do it. Generational wealth is a reason why I'm sure a lot of rappers do it. But then with me, you know, even the messages and the lives that I could change with my music, people I could bring closer to God, the families that I, you know, can speak. I can use my voice to change somebody's relationship with their mom or relationship with their kids. You know, like that's, to me, that's way more way more valuable than just the stuff that I can get from, you know what I mean, or the people I can show off to, you know what I mean?
And we get that from your content and your music. You can check them out on all platforms, YouTube. Check out the visuals, most importantly. But secondly, go download the music. Don't stream it. Download it. I still download music. I'm old school.
That's love. Yeah, for sure.
And I have your songs in the rotation for you too, man. Because you know, with my movement that I'm doing right now, you know, I get back to the artists, especially the ones that come on the show and show support. And I'm going to continue to push what you got going there because I support your movement, most importantly, and what you're doing.
I appreciate you, bro.
No doubt. Listen, man, when you drop that new album, I'm going to get that in the rotation for you. You know, you're always welcome back.
Appreciate it. Yeah, you already know. We'll be back.
100%, man. I want you to enjoy the rest of your night and take care, man. I'm going to be sending you the link to the interview too if you want to, whatever you want to do with it, if you want to share with your friends, whatever.
Yeah, for sure. I'll do that. Appreciate you.
I appreciate you, YelloPain. I want you to enjoy the rest of your night. Take care and also before I think did we say where we can follow? They can follow you on Instagram and Twitter at YelloPain. We can't forget that.
Yeah, for sure. Follow me at YelloPain. No W's. It's YelloPain, and that's across all platforms. No underscores. None of that fancy stuff. Just YelloPain. Tune in.
YelloPain, and get used to him because he's going to be making the freshman XXL list 100% in the near future. Make sure you stay tuned, stay tapped in with him because he's got a great movement going. YelloPain, I want to thank you again and enjoy the rest of your night, man, and take care, man.
I appreciate it. You too, man.
Bro. Yeah. Peace.